Hello once again, this is apt-s, and in this video we're going to go over a little bit more about if statements in C++. So last video we covered the basic syntax of an if statement and basically how we define one, how we declare one, and what it is exactly. Well, in this video we'll talk a little bit more of what we can do with if statements. So let's just go ahead and get started. So if, and let's just go ahead and go with what we were going before. So if 5 is equal to 5. And then here we can put our conditions. Let's go ahead and say do something, right? Alright, so basically what we're saying, if 5 is equal to 5, well, then we're going to do something. Well, what if we didn't want just to have this the only condition? Well, we can say something called if 5 is equal to 5, and, so to do an and, we just say and, the double ampersand right here, and say and if 4 is equal to 5, then do something, right? And so let's go ahead and just put something in here and just see if we can get it to do something. See out, do something. Alright, and we'll go ahead and put an inline there. Just go ahead and see what it does. Well, it doesn't do anything. Well, why doesn't it do anything? Well, it doesn't do anything because we're saying if this evaluates and this evaluates, then do something. The condition is that both of these have to be true. This has to be true and this has to be true. What if we just wanted one of them to be true? Well, we can say or, and to do or you just use the two straight lines like that. It's kind of hard to find on your keyboard, but it is right above the enter key usually. And so basically two of these denote an or. So what we're saying is if 5 is equal to 5, so if this is true or if this is true, then execute this portion right here. Well, this will execute because one of them is true. So with or statements, only requirement is that one of them has to be true, unlike the and statements where both of them or all of them have to be true. And you don't just have to have two in here, you can also have another one. We can add another or if 4 is equal to 6, and we'll go ahead and see that it will do something, and we could keep on going. We could keep on adding them. We also could add an and in there, so we could say if 5 is equal to 5, or let's go ahead and put this in parentheses just to separate them, and or if 4 is equal to 5 and if 5 is equal to 7, then do something. Go ahead and see, and it does do something because the first one evaluates the true. Basically what it's saying is if this one right here is true, or if this one was true, do something. And so since one of them is true, then it will do something. This one right here requires that both of them be true for it to be true. So this has to be true and this has to be true for this whole thing in the parentheses to be true. And so those are ors and ands. And they're very common and very helpful in our if statements and just to help test our cases. So let's go over one more thing about if statements that you probably should know, is that you can do what we call a nested if statement. And what I mean by an nested if statement is that you can put in an if statement inside your if statement. So we can go ahead and say if 6 equals 6, and here we have another if statement. So basically what we're saying, if this is true and then this is, and then inside here we could actually have it do something here before. See out, it is, and line right there, and then it would go on to do this statement right after. So we could go ahead and put in something like, well, see out, it is also true. So go ahead and line there. And so let's go ahead and see what it does. And so it is, and it is also. Both of them are true. Basically, you'll evaluate whatever is inside the statement. We also could put another if statement in here. We could say if something, and we could make another if statement here. And we could have an else if here, and we can have an else if here, and it could keep on going forever. And so we could keep on nesting them if we really had to. And so it's just very helpful if we have multiple conditions to check, and we can check them with a nested if statement. I hope this helped, and I will be covering more in C++ in another video.